On this week's episode of Marketing O'Clock,
ChatGPT data will be closer to year 2023 data thanks to new updates for Plus members.
Reddit and Weep. Reddit has some exciting updates for advertisers.
Google's team of lawyers are busy burying evidence in the public Google antitrust trial.
All on today's show.
Welcome, you are listening to Marketing O'Clock. Just stay tuned. Digital marketing news, but let's get specific. Digital ads, SEO and analytics, social media and more. Pretty much everything that'll make your website perform. With new shows every Friday. We give you the news with sass and puns and definitely hot takes. Thank you for tuning in. You know what time it is. It's officially Marketing O'Clock. Settle in, sit back, keep it locked.
Hey there, I'm Christine Zernheld.
AKA Shep.
I'm Nicole Waddington.
And I'm Greg Finn.
And it's officially Marketing O'Clock.
Here on October 6th, 2023. Hello, everybody. Thank you for joining us for another fabulous episode. Shout out to a huge supporter of this show, Jill Fetcher. It's her birthday today. HBD.
Oh, from the Agency Scoop.
Yeah. And before we get into the marketing news of the week, Greg, you were looking so high fashion today. What is the story here?
That's the nicest thing you've ever said to me, besides the Taylor stuff. I am wearing a Shake the Cushion shirt here. So if you are looking to add a little flair to your wardrobe, head on over to shop.marketingoclock.com. We have long sleeve t-shirts, long sleeve crew necks. We've got hoodies, and we've got bag as well. So, and if you're going to complain about the price, you're going to be blocked, A. And B,
nobody's going to complain.
And B, if you don't have enough money, I highly recommend that you go to your living room, flip your couch over, and shake those cushions, and you'll find that cash.
Definitely. That's a great tip. What else is going on with you, Greg?
Well, I know it was like National Daughters Day this week, or sometime this week. So I had a story I wanted to share while Nicole was here. I was picking, just because you're going to resonate with this. My daughter is a firecracker, basically. She's insane in the best way. But I was picking out goalie stuff to wear, and I'm like, what do you think? Do you want a teal shirt, a pink shirt, a black shirt? She looks at me in the face and goes like this, stares me right in the face, like she's staring through my soul. She stares at me, like grimaces at me, and goes, B-E-D. And I go, B-E-D? Bed? She goes, black every day.
Oh my gosh. She's the best.
So she's decked out, black shorts, black socks, black goalie.
Wow.
She puts eye paint on.
I bet she looks great.
She looks like a warrior.
She wouldn't like our newest merch because it's very colorful.
No, there's too many colors here.
Shop.marketingoclock.com. Nicole, what's up with you?
So this past weekend, I went to a wedding, and I didn't really know the person I was going with that well, but I was determined to make it a fun weekend. So Friday night, we were just all hanging out at the hotel, and I hear music from a distance, and I'm like, that's a wedding reception.
Oh, you Vince Vaughn mother.
I crashed a wedding.
Wow. Did you have to wear the same dress 2 nights in a row?
No, I had a different dress on, but I still felt like I was dressed appropriately to just walk right into this reception. Congrats, Thomas and Valerie.
Oh my God.
I danced with somebody's grandma. It was open bar. So I had at least 4 drinks, one of them being their like signature cocktails that they had. I stole from the dessert table. I took a picture in front of their like last name with the sign lit up. I had a great time.
Did you sign the guest book?
I did.
Yes!
Here's the question though. Did you did you enhance the overall experience of that wedding?
Oh, absolutely.
So then you're not a crasher, you're an enhancer. You're a wedding enhancer.
That's right.
Wow. That's amazing.
I am excited for you.
I would let you crash my wedding any day.
Thank you.
In the ever-changing world of social media marketing, staying up to date is crucial. Dash Hudson, the sponsor of today's episode, is a trusted platform used by brands like United Airlines, Procter & Gamble, and Rare Beauty that offers sophisticated insights and workflow tools designed to help you outsmart social. Today, we have an exciting offer for you. Access their highly anticipated social media trends report featured in Forbes and Business of Fashion. You can discover key trends such as the impact of creators on brand engagement and the 100% sales boost achievable with engaging TikTok content. To read the report and sign up for a free 14-day trial, head on over to dashhudson.com/podcast. That's dashhudson.com/podcast.
And getting into the news here, first up, we have some big updates from Reddit ads. So first, they're announcing new Ads Manager features. They've improved community search in Ads Manager, and this allows advertisers to search for relevant communities by topic. So kind of a theme for this whole story is, as someone who wasn't in Reddit ads, I'm like, how were they searching for it before? Like, was this usable? Because it sounds kind of bleak. Second update here is they say targeting suggestions help broad reach by suggesting additional communities based on the ones an advertiser has selected. So the word broad is always a little scary in advertising, but I guess they're making more recommendations based on what you've already added. Could help uncover some new people to target, so that could be worth checking out. There's also more information about the communities that advertisers can target in Ads Manager, like topic tags, estimated audience size, and a direct link to the community. Again, what were you doing before? It kind of sounds scary. They also announced some new administration tools. So first, advertisers can set a lifetime budget for campaigns. Once that budget is met, the campaigns will automatically stop spending. Definitely sounds nice. Also, quote, advertisers can now edit names, bids, and budgets in one convenient location, the ads dashboard. Where were you doing it before?
It's in your head.
So overall, it sounds like Reddit ads is maybe a nicer place than it was before, but they also have some updates from TechCrunch that might make people a little bit more upset. They are removing the ability to opt out of ad personalization based on your activity on the platform. So those are for actual Reddit users. And it says, quote, the company said it will still have opt-out controls in select countries without specifying which ones. It mentioned in a blog post that users won't see more ads, but they will see better targeted ads following this change. So I think if you're on Reddit, that might make you upset if you're opted out of them before and now you don't have the option. But it might be a good thing for advertisers, and there might be more people to target in those communities that we were talking about before. They're also removing the option in user settings for getting post recommendations based on general location and activity on partner sites and apps. There used to be a toggle, but now it's gone. And they're also giving more control back where they took it away with the option to limit advertising categories. So if you don't want to see ads about alcohol, dating, gambling, pregnancy and parenting, or Greg Finn, weight loss, being skinny.
Do you think I need to lose more weight?
No, you've made up this rumor that I said you were skinny and I don't remember saying it.
If the rumor, you hear the rumor enough times, I think it becomes the truth.
Anyway, you could turn that off if you didn't want to hear me, quote, weight shaming you. So lots of updates on the advertising side. Sounds like maybe they're trying to make some more money here and there, but also letting people turn certain categories off. So that's nice.
Yeah, and I think the biggest, first off, I don't get people that don't want personalized ads. Like
You'd rather want random ads.
I don't want that.
They just don't want to be tracked in general, I think.
Yeah, but then I just don't, I'd rather see ads that like pertain to me personally. That's me. But the bigger thing is, we're always looking like, hey, we don't want to spend money on X, or hey, we don't like the way that Google is shaking the cushions and potentially costing us more money. Where do we put money? This is a good option. Like, there are so many different communities on Reddit, and the fact that if you know one that works, the ability for Reddit now to help advertisers out and again expand to other things. Like, so all right, you like Taylor Swift, you also might like homemade necklaces or bracelets, and you might like really crappy hoodies. What does she have?
What are you talking about?
What are those? I'm just trying to get back at you.
The Eras Tour t-shirt?
Eras Tour t-shirt.
Well, I want to make Marketing O'Clock merch with it.
Coming soon. It's in progress. But I like the fact that it can expand upon all those things. Like, what else do Taylor Swift people like?
Now they like the Chiefs, I guess.
The Chiefs, right. And so then you start targeting Taylor Swift. You go into handmade necklaces, and now you're targeting the Chiefs and the Kelseys.
I have seen like Chiefs merch ads because I like Taylor Swift everywhere. They have like some funny crossover merch.
I like the one where it says, I'm rooting for Taylor Swift's boy, or it's just to get rid of Chiefs, it said Taylor Swift's boyfriend's team.
Hilarious. What else is happening?
That sweatshirt works amazing. So good. I got too hot. I had to take it off, but it's right here. You can order your own shop.marketingclock.com. Something else on order for you if you are a Plus or Pro member of OpenAI. ChatGPT can now browse the internet to provide you with current and authoritative information complete with direct links to sources. It is no longer limited to data before September 2021. So if you were out there trying to compile more real-time data, if you've got a Plus account, you can use that. I tried to launch it on a non-Plus account to see what would work. It does not work. It still goes back only to September 2021. And then using our Plus account, I did a query saying, what are the best basketball sneakers released in 2023? ChatGPT gave me a weird answer because according to the announcement from OpenAI, they said it can now provide you with current authoritative information. But the response to that basketball query was, as of my last update in January 2022, I do not have information about the specific sneaker releases in 2023. However, the most popular basketball sneaker brands typically release blah, 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 blah. So they didn't have information that is current.
So it went back, but not.
So instead of
current.
September 2021, it went to January 2022. So at least that's like 4 months, but that's not that helpful. I guess it's like you missed a whole lot of months in there. But if you have a ChatGPT Plus account, you can check it out for yourself and see how it's working, especially real-time stuff, news, things like that. I can see this being a huge, huge benefit, reviews, stuff like that. Obviously, you need to have that human element to those things, but if you're sourcing it for actual current data, you might have an option.
Some updates from the US versus Google antitrust trial. Google's legal team has successfully closed off testimony and exhibits in the public trial to deny as much evidence as possible from entering into public record. So Google has opted to dissuade the judge from allowing what it calls confidential business information out into the public, which the firm's attorneys argue will only generate clickbait.
I saw a bunch of PDFs released and then redacted completely. Like already, I was going back to look at the PDF. I wish I would have saved them.
I know. Internet's forever, though. I'm sure you could.
No, I can't.
Really?
It's all taken down. If you follow Jason_Kint, he does a great job following this trial. You link it off to all the PDFs. Can't find them. I searched for the PDF file names to try to get them. I did file type searches, use that operator. Couldn't find them. They're all gone.
That's wild.
You got to grab screenshots next time.
I know.
Receipts.
So, noting for most of the trial, the general counsels for the parties involved, directly or at least implicated in the legal proceedings, were granted a Zoom link to follow the case. And last Thursday, the judge cut off that link and said it was because of expiring pandemic-era courtroom policies that temporarily expanded digital access. And this was the same reason the judge gave for not allowing public audio feeds. So
this is a very different approach to a lot of the stuff that we've seen lately, where there was that goofy report that YouTube could target kids.
Right.
And like my theory, I guess, is whenever you're trying to defend something, like if you're right, it's like Sun Tzu, like the best defense is just going on the offensive. And that's usually what Google does when there's something that is incorrect. And in this case, they're redacting everything. They're not talking about everything. Like there's some stuff going down.
Yeah.
Shaking the cushions.
Yeah, I don't get it. And then why other people couldn't like see this? I still don't understand that. You can watch like murder cases, but you can't see this.
Yeah.
But this is like our taxpayer money investigating like a monopoly. Why can't I see this, but I can see O.J. Simpson?
Yeah. And like everyone uses Google, but I'm following like Amber Heard's domestic abuse. Like what?
I don't get it.
I would like to know what this is about.
But yeah, if you try to find any of those PDFs, they're all redacted and removed completely from the DOJ website.
Now it's time for this week's Take of the Week. This is a #fire digital marketing take with extra spice served up for you. We simply deliver the take for your consumption. We give no opinions. We don't influence. You make the call.
This week's Take of the Week comes from David Herman at Herman Digital on X. David says, the only ads you really need to run for Black Friday, Cyber Monday are the already optimized ads you're currently running. Don't overthink it. To which I love. Obviously, you want to have some, but he's just saying like, stick with what's working. And then There's another commenter that said, nah, we need to completely rethink the wheel. Launch a brand new campaign, new targeting with creative that's never been tested. Let's launch it on Thanksgiving too. Want to be ready. There's a great point here. Like, yeah, you might need some different creative things like that.
Yeah.
But go with what's working. Get it in shape right now.
Yeah.
Get things the way you want them to be.
Just like that cowboy hat's really working for Jack there.
Yeah, Jack with the, we need to completely rethink it take there. So thank you, David.
Now it's time for this week's ICYMI.
ICYMI, people.
This is something you just might not have seen. Maybe something that you overlooked, but you shouldn't have.
ICYMI, people, we have a tip from Colin Slattery at CJ Slattery on X. He says, you're probably letting Google shake your cushions, shop.marketingoclock.com for merch, without even knowing it. He didn't say the thing about plugging our site. That was me.
Oh, you added that one in.
To continue the quote.
What a salesperson you are.
There's a reason that turning auto-applied recommendations is the top suggestion from Google reps, air quotes around reps, who are salespeople. So turn them off. It'll take you less than 2 minutes and it will help prevent unpleasant and unwelcome surprise waste in your account, like converting keywords to broad match or adding display inventory to your search campaign. Step 1, click recommendations in the left-hand nav of the all campaigns view. Step 2, click the auto apply clock in the top right of the screen. Step 3, uncheck everything. Step 4, profit. If you've had any of them checked, you'll probably want to go through your account and see what auto applied and turned off. Very good PSA. So many people are opted into these and don't even know. I like to save, there's a direct link if you have an MCC account and you can see all the auto applied recommendation settings for all of your accounts. So like even if a new one gets added, you could see them all right there and you can just make sure they're all turned off.
Nice.
Thank you, Colin.
And a big thank you to Dash Hudson for sponsoring today's episode. Are you a social media manager feeling the constant pressure of navigating the ever-changing social media landscape? Today's modern marketers need access to the latest insights and best practices to stay nimble and drive success. And that's where Dash Hudson's Social Media Trends Report comes in. Trusted by thousands of brands like United Airlines, Rare Beauty, and Procter & Gamble, Dash Hudson is a social media management platform that delivers sophisticated insights and workflow tools, keeping you in the know and saving you time so that you and your team can get back to, well, marketing. Today, we have an exciting offer for our listeners. Dash Hudson is granting you exclusive access to their highly anticipated Social Media Trends Report. As featured in publications such as Forbes and Business of Fashion, this free report unveils the social media industry's leading trends and insights, such as the remarkable impact of creators on brand engagement and the incredible 100% sales boost that engaging content on TikTok can achieve. To read the report and sign up for a free 14-day trial, head on over to dashhudson.com/podcast. That's dashhudson.com/podcast. Big thank you to Dash Hudson, dashhudson.com/podcast.
Now it's time for this week's Pew Pew Lightning Round. At this point in the show, we split up our content into 3 parts: paid, organic, and social.
First up in the paid universe this week, if you've been listening to the show from the beginning, you know about like the sorted, or just working in PPC for the last 5-10 years. You know the saga with Broadmatch. It used to be a complete joke. My first day of work here, or week, we had to share something we learned and I said never use Broadmatch, and now I use it in almost every account.
True facts.
So it might be time to reevaluate that again, because a new study from Optimizer and Nava Hopkins has found that exact match outperform broad match for the majority of accounts in terms of cost per click, click-through rate, cost per acquisition, return on ad spend, and conversion rate. So it might be worth looking at performance in your account, not just assuming that broad match is always the best way to go and where you should be spending most of your money. And I know in a lot of our accounts, we have things split out between like a broad campaign and a phrase and exact campaign. So maybe if you have enough money, you could split out phrase and exact now. I don't know. Might be worth looking at.
Yeah, and just because you read something doesn't mean that it's going to work for your accounts. So this is my hot take here. You read this, and there are going to be people that don't try Broadmatch, Shep, you said you're broad matching a lot of accounts. How's broad match working?
Depends on the account, but generally good.
Generally good. Right.
With a
One
smart
account-
bidding strategy.
100%. One account, it might not be working good. The other account, it might be working great. And you can't look at things as if everything is universal and everything is uniform, right? Like for her select accounts, I completely believe that exact match works better. In other accounts, you might not get the same volume, and broad match can work really well.
Yeah.
Right. So like take this with a grain of salt, keep it in your mind. Yeah, maybe you want to have exact match on for sure, but it doesn't mean don't test broad match. If you put broad match in and you have a much lower target CPA, you can still find success, right? Like you can still get additional conversions coming in. And if you can get them at a cheaper cost, that's great. It doesn't mean don't use broad match. It's like, how can you get it to still work? Because head to head, it obviously many times might not perform as well as exact match. So how can you use this tool in a way that benefits your accounts, your clients' accounts, your company's accounts?
Yeah. And another point, if you have PMAX in your account, I feel like your broad starts to look worse because like the PMAX traffic is what used to be broad. So that's worth keeping in mind too.
Right.
But again, depends on the account. Next up from David Herman at Herman Digital on X, he says TikTok is finally allowing us to optimize better on the front end. This is a big move. So now he can look at his attribution settings on the front end in TikTok and click a 7-day or a 1-day click-through window and a 1-day click-through window, or turn that off. And then I guess it was a really big update because a bunch of people were talking about it. Rahul Isar also noticed this online. So if you're on TikTok, definitely look into that. In Google Ads, PPC Greg X'd from his @PPC Greg account. He said you can now set a date for when a user's account access expires. So if you're adding someone to your Google Ads account, you can it only shows never here, but I assume you could pick the exact date, which might be a nice feature. I would like to be able to see search terms, but whatever. And then hot take from Sam Tomlinson. He says Google Ads' new verification process is so stupidly, irreparably broken that it makes the Meta Business Manager look like an Apple product. How about that metaphor?
Wow.
29 plus questions on a client's business operations after completing agency verification, multiple document upload requests, Google actually asking people to upload internal emails and documents, zero transparency on the process. I'm glad I'm not the only one who's super annoyed about this. Thank you, Sam.
I'm going to put up a gated wall around my stuff so they can't get me. Isn't that what they were? Is that the term that they were using?
Who's they?
The Google and the Department of Justice.
Oh,
yeah.
Or a cone of silence. According to the American Prospect, Google erects cone of silence around antitrust case.
well, then you won't be able to use Google Ads.
Well, I'm going to erect a cone of silence right around my account. Don't even dare get in.
We have an LSA update from Barry Schwartz at Rusty Brick on X. He says Google Screen Local Service Ads now loads unique advertisers as you scroll down the Google search results page. It used to show the same ad. So now you can see like a bunch of different guys with the same headshot, but they're different guys instead of the same, I guess.
I think there can be gals too, right?
This is all guys.
This is car accident lawyers, and it does look like it is all men. You're correct.
Yeah, I'd love to see some ladies in there. Okay, next up, Dario Zanoni was having trouble with PMAX URL exclusion rules in his Google Ads account, so he contacted support and is here with a very important PSA. But I just cannot emphasize this enough. This is a lot of detail, and thank God you get more characters on Twitter now.
It's X, but yeah, Dario has all the information.
Yes, it's very detailed, but basically you have to have special characters or limiters around the certain part of the URL that you're trying to exclude or it doesn't work. So look up Dario on X at Dario Zanoni and he'll have all the details there. You should be following him anyway, but it's very important. Barry Schwartz let us know this week that Google is updating its prescription drug service medicine policy. If this applies to you, you can read more about it on seroundtable.com. And there's also a nice pic of a handsome cartoon pharmacist, but there's something wrong with his pocket protector there. I don't really know what's happening.
His sclera in this one eye is also very blue.
That's what that's called, a sclera?
Yeah, the white part, right?
Oh, I don't know.
I believe so.
Maybe he had eye drops in his pocket and then something happened. It's also like a broken pen. I don't know. Let us know. From Anthony Higman.
Higman!
On X, he says Google Ads tip, seeing lots of new weird URLs in your Google Ads account, you could add com as a negative to one of your negative keyword lists if you're looking to cut back on that traffic. From David Herman at Herman Digital, he says, I just really wish Meta would listen to their business users and fix actual problems versus just making our lives more annoying. And he has a screenshot of a warning that he has in a campaign when he's trying to duplicate a campaign, and it basically says you can't duplicate a campaign if you have conversions set up in there. It has to be sales. So hate it.
Just duplicate it and just make somebody change it.
Melissa Mackey has a list of 5 ways to stay up to date on paid search trends. She lists industry sites, newsletters, online chats like PPC Chat Slack, following leaders on X and LinkedIn, and some marketing podcasts with a nice shout out to her, quote, all-time favorite PPC news podcast, Marketing O'Clock. Thank you, Melissa.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yes.
But
it means a lot coming from her.
Mm-hmm. And it's not just PPC, it's organic too. So what's happening there?
Well, this is not the exciting part of the show here. But we have a October 2023 spam update that launched on Wednesday. So usually there's not a ton of data on this, and there's like, go look at our spam information. But this time they said, this spam update aims to clean up several types of spam that our community members reported in Turkish, Vietnamese, Indonesian, Hindi, Chinese, and other languages. We expect this to reduce the visible spam in the search results, particularly when it comes to cloaking, hacked, auto-generated, and scraped spam. The update will take a few weeks to roll out. So it seems like this is more kind of like language specific on this, but that is live as of 10/4/2023. All right. Google has a update on web publisher controls for their AI system Bard and Vertex AI, the generative APIs or generative AI that they use. If you are a web administrator, you can now What is administer? That's
the verb,
administer
yeah.
the changes. Sort of like, or a minister, you know? Anyway, if you're a website administrator, you're going to be able to, in coming months, is what they have said. Also, if you announce something, can you just roll it out? They're saying today we're announcing
I hate it.
Google Extended, a new control that web publishers can use to manage whether the sites help improve Bard and Vertex AI generative APIs, including future generations of models that power those products.
Nothing is clear. They have to write a whole story.
But it seems like you're going to be able to use your robots.txt file to get Bard and Vertex AI out of your site and not used to train that. So they announced it, no other details, and nobody knows when it's coming. So great PR move there, Google. They took that release date and put a invisible cone up around it. What's it called? They erected a cone of silence, around the date, so when it's rolling out. Okay, speaking of AI, Medium is now putting their default to disallow all AI from being trained on theirs, except they're using AI bot. So this might not get Bard and Vertex AI out, but if anybody does follow the AI bot protocol, everything on Medium is going to be disallowed from that. So you can undo this, but they're just saying there's no AI training in Medium. And then to just keep it here on AI, from Glenn Gabe at Glenn Gabe on X, he says, the battle is on. Major news publishers block the bots as OpenAI and Google's AI are seen as threats to news. The Independent Publishers Alliance urges members to block ChatGPT bot and Google Bard crawler ASAP. Well, the joke's on them because you can't even block Bard. They just announced it. They didn't say how. They just said it's like, all right, so they urge you to do this. You can't even do it. There's no details. So go try to block it. How are you going to do that?
I don't know.
But anyway, that's not good because obviously they're telling all these different publications to block the stuff so that you can't just spit out, a ton of crap news stories. All right, from Glenn Gabe on X. When Glenn says something, you just need to listen to the man, all right? He says, well, that's an interesting article from a Googler since the helpful content update just rolled out, and horrible UX seemed to play an important role. Marcus covers effectively loading ad units without impacting page speed, the user experience, etc. And he grabbed a couple of updates to the helpful content documentation saying that while above the fold ad placements are valuable, it's important to not overload the prime space with too many ads. Excessive ads clutter the page, disrupt content readability, and distract from the user experience. Strive for a balance between monetization and maintaining a clean, user-friendly layout. I know this is like played out to the max. I love that they give that advice. Again, I'm going to read this one more time. While above the fold ad placements are valuable, it's important to not overload this prime space with too many ads. Have you done a Google search lately?
There's nothing but ads above the fold.
You have to scroll so far to get to an organic listing, especially on mobile. Like the audacity that you have to put this out there and you don't practice a single stitch. Not one piece of this relates to the actual Google.com experience. It's crazy. From @Google on X, they said, in a few months, you'll be able to use Bard with #Google Assistant, giving you access to the most helpful personal assistant.
They should have just said like
most
sometime in
helpful.
2024.
In the meantime, give Bard a try.
Oh my
Bard.google.com. What are these announcements? I don't know.
Aren't they busy enough like writing history in every blog post that they don't need to like write them for things that aren't ready to write about yet?
Just tell me when I can do the things. What are we doing? All right. From Barry Schwartz over at the Search Engine Roundtable, and has a great search recap every Friday. Follow it. It is a video show and an audio show now. He covers some information from Google, a new documentation update about why your Discover traffic may drop or increase. They really have three main things there. One is changing interests, and Discover is designed to always show content aligned with somebody's interested in. So if that's pretty simple. If you not interested in something anymore, you might not be shown. The other thing is Discover is continuing to adjust the type of content that might appear on the feed to better align with what people are looking for. So they say Discover regularly shows content including, but not limited to, sports, health, entertainment, and lifestyle content, blah, blah, blah. And then lastly, they said updates to Google search. Periodically, we make updates to search to get people more helpful content. So not a ton there, but if you're trying to get any information about Discover, it's probably the most they've given yet.
Have you used Discover at all since becoming an iPhone
Never,
girly? Yep,
never.
interesting.
I use Reddit now. It's great. Reddit's so much better. Are you a Redditor?
Mm-mm.
You would love Reddit.
From what you've shown me, I'm good.
Are you a big Instagram user?
I'm back on Instagram. Wouldn't say big.
Okay. Did you like? I have this one recipe guy I follow.
Oh, I got the hair braiding woman.
Oh, I
though.
sent you that one.
Yeah.
Did you see the recipe?
I don't watch anything you said.
Really? This guy makes
What is
hotel
it?
cooking. It's
Okay.
like gourmet hotel cooking.
Oh, like
Did
in
you
a
put it-
hotel kitchenette.
In that group chat?
Yeah. You want to check it out right now? Okay.
Why am I not
always
in this group
scared.
chat?
What is that
Show
meat?
Nicole.
What is that mystery meat?
Wait, no, you sent me that.
Yeah,
You
this
sent me
is
that. And
different.
you know what I said? I said, I bet those macros go hard.
Oh, he's marinating the meat in a Hawaiian punch in a waste
That is somebody I
basket.
He's cooking.
Greg, what is that meat?
He's creative.
He's
He's in a hotel
marinating
room.
the chicken.
Is that
He's
human
being-
flesh?
He's doing the
Looks
most
great.
with what he has.
Why did he bring an immersion blender but not a bucket to marinate it in
Look.
that isn't a trash can?
cooking it.
Oh my gosh, he's cooking it on the heater. Greg, he's pouring all of the things into the hotel sink.
No, that's just he's melting
No,
butter.
fat. Oh my God.
He's cooking.
I
it.
can't watch this.
He's marinating
I wonder what
it.
the housekeeping thought.
Like he dumped it all, got all of it in.
He should never be. Oh, he's eating it. No. Oh God.
But I don't need Discover anymore. I've got
He's
I've
got
got other
Reddit and
sources.
Instagram and
Did you like that?
I will never be the same.
Okay. From Wired, they have an article. And again, I honestly like to think I'm a very fair reporter on these things. Do you think I'm a fair reporter?
Yeah.
I,
I mean,
think
yeah.
this Wired article sucks.
Okay.
I think it stinks. I can't believe it. Somebody published it. But there are a couple good lines in it. So I'm going to read a couple paragraphs here. It's called How Google Alters Search Queries to Get at Your Wallet. They say this on-screen Google slide had to do with semantic matching overhaul to its SERP algorithm. When you enter a query, you might expect the search engine to incorporate synonyms into the algorithm as well as text, phrase, pairings, and natural language processing. But this overhaul went further, actually altering queries to generate more commercial results. There have long been suspicions that the search giant manipulates ad prices, and now it's clear that Google treats customers with the same disdain. The 10 blue links, or organic results, which Google has always claimed to be sacrosanct, are just another vector for Google greediness, camouflaged in the company's kindergarten colors.
Kindergarten colors.
I love that line. But then they said, like, if you search for children's clothing, Google will convert it without your knowledge to search for Nikolai brand kidswear. That doesn't happen. That's not a real thing. That's Tiffany Gomez. It's not real.
I still don't know Tiffany.
That's not real. Like, they don't do that. I've never typed in children's clothing and got Nikolai brand kidswear. So they're making things up. Like, yeah, there are people like Also Ask. There's other like related queries. Those things, I believe you would put those in there to try to get more ad revenue. Like that would make sense if I was running a company. But they don't take your query and just change it. So I think this Wired article
So that's
sucks.
what they're saying, that they change your actual search term?
Yeah, and that was such a like specific thing. I feel like this guy's malware.
Or was this like the first shopping ad that came up?
No, I feel like this person has malware. Like you've never typed in a query and it just changes it to a totally different query. It doesn't make any sense. All right, next up from The Verge, it's good news for your inbox, but bad news for your email campaigns. Google is preparing to enforce new Gmail requirements that aim to reduce spam for people that send over 5,000 messages to Gmail accounts each day. This is going to go in effect by February 2024. They have new requirements that you need to have a clear spam rate threshold. So don't mail people that you can't, or you're going to be blacklisted from Gmail. Additionally, you have to be able to unsubscribe with one single click. And then you need to, Google is saying you should strongly authenticate your emails by following Google's best practices. And there's a link if you want all the news, go to community.marketingclock.com. That's our Discord channel. All the news is there on Friday, or newsletter.marketingclock.com. All right. And from GA4, there is a new feature release, data redaction, spotted by Dana Tomaso. She says, I strongly recommend turning this on for your GA4 properties right away. It will be turned on by default in any new properties. So you only need to do this in your already created properties. And this will allow you to configure so you can remove email addresses and any type of query data so that it's not stuck in your GA4 and you don't keep that personally identifiable information in there. Love it. Okay, and rest in peace to Buy on Google. We hardly knew ye, but Buy on Google for search and shopping will no longer be available starting September 26th, 2023. I'm going back to the future on this thing. I just spotted this, so I guess it came out in September. We didn't report on it, that's why. It came out on September 20th. We missed it last week, but Buy on Google is no longer.
Bye.
All right, and that does it for organic. What's happening in social, Nicole?
So first up in social, LinkedIn has announced a new AI tool to enhance hiring and learning. So they have a new AI-assisted recruiter 2024, which allows recruiters to use natural language and put their hiring goals into their own words, like, I want to hire a senior growth marketing leader. And with generative AI combined with LinkedIn Insights, LinkedIn is going to predict the types of candidates you're looking for and provide higher quality candidate recommendations. And it's going to move beyond the brand name companies that they have traditionally been using to find quality candidates. So seems like a cool tool. If you're watching on YouTube or Spotify, you can see there's like a GIF of the interface. And I don't know, if you're doing LinkedIn recruiting, seems like a handy tool. And next up on X, Elon Musk said, early stages of the X recruiting platform.
Interesting.
So for Tesla recruiting, you can now view open Tesla roles directly on the X profiles. So it kind of seems like LinkedIn,
Yeah.
where there's like a job tab.
I guess if you're like into biz Twitter, it might be a
Right.
good idea. I just think of X as not so like job focused. I
Right.
don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love like the option to do this. Like there's so much money that people pay out to Indeed and LinkedIn all the time. Like it makes total sense. I love everything that Elon is doing except his tweets and changing it to X. I still use it far less because of that black icon. I just don't use it as much.
Yeah, it doesn't stand out.
But it's still my social media platform of choice. But
I don't use it because I like search for it with the word Twitter and then it doesn't come up.
And more X updates from Elon. He said creators can now enable DMs from subscribers only. Being able to talk to your favorite creator is a great reason to subscribe. And
it's great. It's great.
yeah,
Wow, this is amazing. If you can be like, I'm going to pay $30 a month and I get to DM Mr. Beast,
right.
go do it.
$30 for Mr. Beast?
I don't know. I think
Whatever-
that's smart.
Yeah.
Maybe $5.
Does any other platform have that?
I don't think so.
Like this
I think
this
you can
is-
just allow or block people from DMing, but not like paid subscribers.
Yeah, I talked about this last week, but this is something that is completely driven for creators to try to make more money and for fans to try to give more money to creators. And this is something that a public company would never do. When we talk about like Google losing their fastball, like he doesn't even have a ump at the plate. Like he can do whatever this is a knuckleball and he's just throwing them out there. So I love this.
And speaking of a platform charging users for a subscription, Meta plans to charge $14 a month for an ad-free Instagram or Facebook experience. So this news came out of a proposal Meta submitted to EU officials last month and would mean that European users would have the option to pay a fee or agree to personalize ads. And it seems like this is coming, as a result of EU's data privacy regulations, and those have put a strain on Meta's capacity to use personalized based advertising.
They might as well have made this $1 million.
I know.
There's not a single soul that's going to pay $14 to get rid of ads.
Again,
on
I think it's
Instagram.
just people who are really concerned about privacy because it's the personalization part that I
Yeah.
think bothers people. But
And it seems like legal, they have to do this.
Yeah.
It seems like, but I can count on the number of my fingers I have how many people are going to pay $14 to use Instagram. Nobody.
Yeah.
because they're not, the people who would pay for it aren't on Instagram.
I can blow all my fingers off my hand and I still will be able to count the number of people that are going to pay $14.
All right, and some quick news stories in social. Traffic referrals to top global news sites from Meta's Facebook and X, formerly Twitter, have collapsed over the past year, according to data from SimilarWeb. Business models that depended on clicks from social media are now broken.
That's what everybody does. They just build the audience and then just keep hoarding that traffic. You're going to talk about it in a second here, but many times on X, you post, you don't put a link in there because
Right,
you get
it's
amplified.
all on platform.
Right.
So speaking of a news company giving up on social media, the BBC is the next brand to abandon its Threads account. Not surprised at all. The article said it's interesting to know it is still maintaining its self-hosted Mastodon accounts.
Are we done? Is Mastodon still going?
I was never on it. I don't
I never heard
Nobody's on it.
anyone say it except for you.
Yeah.
Is only people that were in SEO and hated living that liked Mastodon.
And speaking of links, Elon Musk has said X is discouraging links in posts. This is on X from Elon Musk's account. Interesting. Our algorithm tries to optimize time spent on X so links don't get as much attention because there's less time spent if people click away. Best thing is to post content in long form on this platform.
Shout out Dario Zanoni.
And last up in social, Meta has announced it's planning to lay off employees that are part of its metaverse-oriented reality labs. So by the time you're listening to this, the employees that are being laid off have already been informed. Not completely surprised that it's the metaverse-related product. I don't know what they're doing.
But it
over
feels
there,
like they were
but
just like going all in on the metaverse. So
yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and say not great when that is your future like department and everything you've bet on. Like that is your bet.
the whole rebrand was about
You changed the name
metaverse.
of your
Yeah.
company to this. And now you're going to have layoffs in the metaverse silicon unit. Like, I don't know. That doesn't seem good.
Now it's time for this week's WTH.
Misguided.
I hated all of that.
Like, who does that?
Just get rid of it. I'm over
Where we rant, rave, and roll our eyes about a trending digital marketing topic.
it. What are we coming to?
Honestly.
See what had us asking
T.
H.
this week.
This week's WTH, we have quite a few. First up from Drew Cannon of AdSquire. AdSquire, he's out there working with Higman. He had shared in our Discord channel a Business Insider article, so take it with a grain of salt, but it's called How Google Helps Sell People Cocaine Online. There's bad actors that hijack web pages to advertise drugs and guns. I think, again, this is not a fair article, but kind of a WTH. There's like fake FDA websites, and that gets you to like buy crystal meth online. I don't know if you're interested in a goofy read, but you actually can see what people are doing very inappropriately to try to get people to buy drugs. It's on Business Insider. You can get it at newsletter.marketingclack or community.marketingclack.com. In Taylor SEO News Part 2, do you think that Taylor is using Travis Kelce for clout and for engagement and audience?
I think I know what's coming. Let me first, okay, I'll answer the question that was directly asked.
Yes.
She doesn't need any clout. She is so much more successful than anyone else in the space. We don't need to compare an athlete
She's a
to a
businesswoman
musician.
first, and this is totally something she would do intentionally.
She's
I'm with
having
Nicole.
fun. What does she need any more clout for, you guys? She can't sell out a venue.
Well, maybe she
Like-
wants to sell out a venue.
No, I'm sorry. She's selling out a venue. She can't hold on to the tickets. People are fighting to get in line first. Like, she does not need clout. She wants less clout. She's fine. Okay, she doesn't
She's
need
saving
any
her
of this.
reputation.
She's doesn't need a saved reputation. She is the most amazing
Why did she write a whole entire
businesswoman
album
Vogel. She's
named
a
Reputation?
mastermind. That was when she needed to save her reputation. I'm sorry, 7 years ago.
Travis Kelce is the best tight end in the NFL.
Nobody, the Swifties don't care. Travis Kelce, if anyone, is using her to boost his
okay.
clout. And listen, she does. I'm just so over this narrative, okay? Taylor's not the one who's asking to be blown up. She's literally just having fun. I think we're slowly realizing that she's been living in a cave for the past 7 years, and that ex-boyfriend of hers was like hiding her away.
Which
and
one?
now she wants to have a good time.
Which ex-boyfriend?
Joe Alwyn.
Okay, well, we're going to talk about SEO again because one Brittany Mueller at Brittany Mueller on X has a little interesting tidbit here. And she goes, a PR masterclasses. Taylor Swift attended the Jets game as a strategic SEO play to bury all of her jet emission stories. Genius. So if you now search for Taylor Swift Jets and you put parenthesis in there, you now can only find her at Jets game. So is this a case of Taylor being the world's best SEO, dating
sorry.
Travis Kelce so that she can go to a Jets game so she can bury everything else down the page in the SERPs, and all of her carbon emissions will be unnoticed because she's the best SEO the world has ever seen.
Everyone, first of all, Brittany Mueller, huge missed opportunity. Taylor Swift has an amazing song called Mastermind that you could have referenced in this caption. Second of all, she would have made it the first game she went to if that was really her goal. She wouldn't have wasted her time at the other football team's game, whatever they're called, and then go to the Jets game second. Third, I'm sorry, you want Taylor Swift to fly coach? She can't go anywhere. She had to sneak herself into the game in a popcorn cart. You want her to fly coach? She single-handedly, maybe with Beyonce, like saved the American economy with this tour. So we can let her fly a private jet, okay? She's fine. Leave her alone.
I didn't say anything, but if you wanted to get there a week earlier, she would have had to been with Mac Jones.
Who's she?
Taylor.
Who's
Because that's
Mac
who the Jets
Jones?
were playing last week, the week prior.
But
This was calculated SEO strategic move.
so what if she is calculated? So what? It's called being a businesswoman. She did not need to bury a news story about the jet, okay? That is not real.
It's debatable.
Leave Taylor alone. Sorry, she wants to go to a football game for the first time since she went to the Notre Dame game with her friend Allison when her brother, Austin, went to Notre Dame. It's the last time she got to go. Leave her alone.
I can't. She's everywhere.
And that brings us to our real life segment, straight out of our accounts and into your ear holes. It's time for Working Hard or Hardly Working, where we talk about what's going on in our IRL work, good, bad, or otherwise.
Okay, for me this week, I was reminded of a very sad fact that if you are running Google ads and you are sending people to a URL that has been redirected, the G-CLID will not follow to that redirected page. So if you, like I'm using Salesforce to import sales qualified leads, if somebody clicked on a link and was redirected, they would not show up as an SQL in our Google Ads reporting. So just make sure that you are adding the new link and not just using redirects if you rely on that tracking. Greg.
I just ran in again to the fact that you could only have 100 PMAX campaigns. We had a bunch paused and we ran into that limit. We have a company that has 1.7 million products, so don't yell at me about that. I just hate the limitation of anything.
Why push it so hard if you're going to limit it? Because they want us to have only one, I guess.
So just give us more.
Yeah.
Like we've got tons and tons of categories and you have to put more money into categories and you can only have 100. It stinks. And that's Google only. I don't know how many Microsoft PMAX campaigns you can have.
Hardly working for me this week is Microsoft Ads. So I have a client that set up a new account, was trying to get themselves verified. We had built out all the campaigns ready to launch. And we get this email saying that our account had been suspended when the client tried to put their credit card information in. And we got in touch with the rep, and apparently the rep said they hadn't seen that before, but it's an automated system that kept suspending it. We probably got suspended like 3 times before the rep was able to fix it. We're trying to spend money on your platform, Microsoft.
In the ever-changing world of social media marketing, staying up to date is crucial. Dash Hudson, today's sponsor, is a social media management platform trusted by thousands of leading brands like Rare Beauty and United Airlines that is designed to help you navigate the landscape with its sophisticated insights and workflow tools. Today, we're giving you access to Dash Hudson's highly anticipated social media trends report to unlock the trends, insights, and the best practices you need to outsmart social. To read the report and sign up for a free 14-day trial, head over to dashhudson.com/podcast. That's dashhudson.com/podcast for that report and free 14 days.
And now for this week's
Cool tool.
As a reminder, our Cool Tool segment is not an official endorsement or paid mention. We're simply sharing something we found in our travels that may be of use to our listeners and is really, really cool.
This week's cool tool is brought to you by Derek Mullins at PPC ClickShark on X. He shared his list of over 5,000 universal negative keywords he uses in every personal injury campaign. And he so generously shared the link to the Google Sheets on X for free. So check out our show notes and we'll have it linked in our newsletter, marketingoclock.com/newsletter, as well as our Discord, community.marketingoclock.com.
Can I just say shout out to everybody that is actively trying to help other companies, agencies, people out. Just amazing. Like you built this thing up, you could keep it proprietary. No, just help the community. We need more of that. Thank you, Derek.
Now it's time for our must-read marketing article of the week. An article so advanced, so in-depth, so detailed that we simply cannot cover it in its entirety on today's show.
This week's must-read marketing article of the week comes from Fred Valles over on Search Engine Land, and it's called How Out-of-Order Ad Promotion Works on Google Search. We heard a ton about this in the DOJ antitrust trial, and Fred does a great job of taking a look at how Google ranks ads in the auctions, why Google allows this out of order promotion where you could have the highest bid, but you can be underneath the second highest bidder, how it actually impacts advertisers, and then how you can basically just succeed by navigating Google's ad auctions. It's a very timely article. He does a great job breaking it down. He is a former Googler, and again, he is very meticulous in the way that he writes articles, does presentations, and he's a man that you can trust. So I appreciate that. Thank you, Fred.
And now onto our playlist of curated songs to work to. You can head over to playlist.marketingoclock.com to listen to Marketing a Playlist. Nicole, what will you be adding this week?
I will be adding Lost by Frank Ocean.
I will be adding Heart First by Kelsey Ballerini. Greg?
I'll be adding How Do You Love Me by the Nicotine Dolls.
All right, that does it for today's show.
It is now officially not Marketing O'Clock.
Thanks for listening.
We miss you already.
We can't wait to see you next week.
Thanks for listening to Marketing O'Clock. If you're looking for more information on today's topics, head over to marketingoclock.com/newsletter to receive every single article we covered. We share the news as it breaks in our Discord community. Head over to community.marketingoclock.com to join.
Welcome to this week's Shooting the Heck. We're after our famous Friday news show. We don't talk about marketing anymore. We just...
Shoot the heck.
I don't know what we're doing.
We're playing everybody's favorite game this week, Chef.
Okay.
We're playing a game where you have travel buddies. You are going to go across the globe with one of two types of people. You choose which buddy you're going to take. There's a right answer and a wrong answer. Okay, so first up, you are going to go travel with somebody whose favorite song is LMFAO Party Rock Anthem, or somebody whose favorite song is Vanessa Carlton, 1,000 Miles.
Definitely Vanessa Carlton.
I agree. I'm aligned.
Okay. Are you going to consult tables on this, our producer?
I don't think he's got to agree with us. He's a man of
I'm a
taste.
Vanessa Carlton guy.
Yeah.
I agree.
Okay. So Vanessa Carlton, I keep wanting to say
And can I
Carlson.
say something?
Sure.
My husband, I think it's a joke, but he claims that that song is his favorite song, but he calls it...
Oh my God. That's scary.
That's
I didn't
annoying.
expect it to be that loud.
Stop it.
Also, just let me say, before you answer this, I'm married to a person who always will like go places and say, can I request Party Rock Anthem by Duke Ellington? I don't know. It's like some
How did I get two
inside
songs
joke.
that are like so catered to your husband?
I don't, wait, how is 1,000
I
Miles?
thought you said that was your favorite song.
No,
Oh, Party Rock.
Party Rock Anthem. So anyway, just be
So-
careful who you insult.
You should have taken your husband's advice, because Vanessa Carlton, you will get great like recap videos of your trip, that person that likes Vanessa Carlton, but you're just gonna have a funner time. This person is always down to party rock that you're gonna be going with,
Why are you going to get recap videos?
because that's what somebody who likes 1,000 Miles probably just is gonna be sitting there on their phone making videos out of everything, putting it on TikTok, putting it up on,
What's the correlation there?
because somebody is just going to have a party, have a good time. That's the person you want to go with. You don't want to go with somebody that's always worried about what's 1,000 miles away and how to make their social media look good. It's your facts.
Maybe I want to be with someone who's going to walk far.
Well, the
And
answer
go
is
1,000 miles.
the answer is already a fact. Okay. Somebody that eats cinnamon raisin muffins versus somebody that eats lemon poppy muffins as their favorite
Oh,
muffin.
easy peasy.
Lemon poppy.
Raisins are just gross grapes.
Okay.
Lemon poppy all the way.
Mhm.
tables.
100% agree. Raisins are gross.
Okay. You would think that would be the correct
Unless
answer.
they're raisin budgets.
So it is actually the cinnamon raisin,
Oh, interesting.
because when you eat food, this is an easy one. It's like time. It's tried and true. You're going to want, if somebody can eat a cinnamon raisin muffin, they're not going to complain about their food choices the entire time. Somebody that likes a lemon poppy seed muffin clearly has like a very specific and correct taste that is a better muffin, but you can just go anywhere. You can just stop at a food truck or food stand and they'll be happy with
My
it.
trips are food motivated, so I don't want that.
Okay. All right. Next up, somebody that their favorite cereal is Frosted Flakes, or somebody whose favorite cereal is Frosted Mini Wheats.
What's the difference? I don't eat cereal.
Flakes all the way. The mini wheats are like crisscross.
Oh, it's like the squares
Yeah.
with the like check pattern.
What do you think, Tabes?
I mean, I'm more of a Frosted Flakes guy. I don't really know
Yeah.
what the difference between a travel buddy would be.
I think-
Well,
don't
this
know
is the
Frosted-
persona you're choosing to go on this trip
Ugh.
with. This is a big decision, Tables.
I'm going to go with somebody who likes Frosted Flakes, just like me.
Yeah.
Okay. Incorrect. You want somebody, it's like a mullet. the frosted mini wheats. It's like a little party in the front, but then they're also, you're going to get like your vitamins in, right? You're going to get your nutrients. And this isn't somebody who just has to have sugar on every single side of something. This isn't a reasonable person.
I want to
still
fact check the
frosted.
nutrition facts on these things. I bet there's more sugar
Yeah.
than you think in the mini wheats.
But there's way more positives than the sugar-covered corn flakes that are frosted flakes. So you're 0 for 2? 0 for 3.
Interesting.
Wow.
This is not how I saw this going.
Okay, well, here, I'll go one for you here. Somebody who is a skinny little boy or somebody that is eating clean whey protein muscle builder that has 1,200 calories, 250 grams of carbohydrates, and 50
Are
grams of
they
protein.
both you?
Yeah.
You gotta pick.
I would rather travel with an adult.
Okay, not
So
a
I'm
boy.
not
Okay, a
gonna go
skinny
with
adult
skinny little
that you
boy.
can easily body shame. How about that, Sean?
I really don't know the joke. I don't remember calling you skinny, and I don't know how it originated.
Well, I'm on clean whey
Okay.
weight gainer. right
I
now.
say whey.
No way. I don't want to have the weight of that in my luggage.
You're not,
More
you're
room for
not putting the
shoes.
human in your luggage.
No, but the whey protein itself.
Oh, because they're probably gonna need to check that.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
you're going with the whey person.
I want whey person.
Wait, okay, so you're choosing the whey.
Oh no, I chose skinny.
So you just want to body shame someone the whole trip. You're just like, hey, I'm just gonna body shame them into oblivion.
I've never body shamed anyone in my
It's
life.
on the record. It's on the record. All right, so what's your final answer?
Okay, I
I'll
believe.
go with tables and chef.
Okay.
So you're going with the
Skinny.
skinny person.
Yep.
Okay.
We're gonna be body shaming all trip.
Yeah. The correct answer, let me just check. It's the whey person. You want the person
knew it.
eating the muscle builder. If you ever get in trouble, you're going to have that problem. And body shaming is bad, Shep. That's really the moral of the story.
Okay.
You should be nicer.
Any more?
Nope, that was it.
Okay.
It looks like, let me just count it up. You went 2 and 3. Oh, no, you went 0 and 5 today.
Okay. I think we should never play this game again.
Yeah, we'll do it again next week. See you
Yeah.
then.